Hi, here we are to talk about Xcode, and what I'd like to do in this video is create a custom table view cell that looks like the example here. These cells are all different width, so they size themselves to the size of the label. There's a UI label here, and then there's an image view with a picture in it, right? So the cells wrap themselves sort of around the width of the image and the UI label. And then the cells have a rounded corner and a colored, custom colored background, right? So you can see all these are different sizes depending on the content, right? Okay, so let's quit, and I'm going to close my completed project and make a brand new project from scratch. So I'll start with a single view application, and this would work with any table view, okay? I'm going to do it this way, but you could apply the same ideas to pretty much any project with a table view. So I'll make a brand new project. I'll call it TableView Rounded Cells Example. I don't know. That's a good name, right? And then I'll save this into my folder with all my table view examples here. And we'll be using Swift for this. And I think I'm using Xcode 7.2. Okay, so here we are, and what we're going to do first is we're just going to set up a table view that displays all of the, a bunch of cells, and it'll just put the number in the cell. Okay, so we have some content. So here's my view controller, and what I want to do first is go to the object palette over here and find a table view. So I'll grab the table view and drop it into the view controller, and then size it to fit the entire view controller like this. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to add some constraints to constrain it to the 4 edges. So I'm going to do the quick and easy method here and go to add missing constraints. There you go, done. Okay. And then our next step is to set this up with a as the view controller as the delegate and the data source. So what I'm going to do is just control drag or right click and drag from the table view to the view controller. And then I'll choose data source, and then I'll do it again, and I'll choose delegate. Okay, so now we've got that. And the next thing we need to do is make a table view cell. So I'll drag a cell, a table view cell, into the table view here, and I'll give this cell a name. I'll call it round cell. Okay, and for this example we're going to make a custom cell, and the custom cell will contain a label and a background view and an image view. You could contain a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to put 3 items in there: a view, a UI view, a UI image view, and a UI label. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll make a custom class for this cell. So actually, why don't we make the custom class first? So I've got my custom cell here, and the style is set to custom, and when I go to the identity inspector, you can see the class here is just the default UI table view cell, right? There's nothing special. So I'm going to do Command N and make a new iOS source Cocoa Touch class. And the type of class I want to make is a UI table view cell. So the subclass down here has to be UI table view cell. And then up here, I'll call this round table view cell. Okay? And then we'll click, we want to do language Swift, and we don't need the XIB file. So we'll just leave it like that, and then click next. And I'll save this file into my folder here. And then there we are, right? So I've got this class file, right? Round table view cell, and it's just got the 2 methods in it. And I'm going to go back to storyboard here and click on the cell. Make sure the cell is selected, because sometimes if you click it, it gets you the content element. So right at this stage, I want to make sure the cell, the table view cell, round cell, is selected, right? And then up here where it says custom class, I'm going to type in round table view cell, okay? And then I'll just hit return to make sure that Xcode gets that. And now we're set. Okay, so now let's add our elements to the cell. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find a UILabel and drag the label into the view. And what I want to do is I want to snap it to the center, because the way this is going to work, in order to keep the label in the center, I'm going to use constraints to constrain the label to the center of the view. Okay, so I'm going to drag it in here so it's kind of centered in the view, right? And don't worry if it's not perfect, you know, we can fix that, right? But for right now, it should be pretty much in the center. And if you're dragging it in there, you can snap it to those lines, right? So anyway, there's our label, and then maybe I want to get a UI image view, and I'm going to place the image view like right next to the label, and then it's not going to really let me do that. I'm going to, you know, because it's too large, right? But if we put it in there like that, it'll still work. So we're going to shrink it down a little bit here, and then I'm going to drag it a little further here. And you can make this really any size. I think what I did is I made it like 30 something in my last example. Maybe I'll make this one 32 by 32, and then I'll kind of snap it right there so it's right next to my label, okay? And I centered it vertically, though it won't really matter too much. If you want, you can make your cell, you know, a little bit taller too, if that makes it a little easier to work with. Actually, now it's not going to, this stuff is not going to be in the center anymore, but there we go. I'll move it down a little bit here. There we go, right? So we'll save. So anyway, I've got these guys, right? So this will be the picture or the icon on the left side, and then this will be where our label goes. Now, what's key here is if you resize the label, then it will be that size. Okay, Xcode usually, I think it'll just make it that size because you sized it, right? So what you want to do is make sure that when you have the label, do command equals. Like when the label's selected, hit command and equal. And then what it'll do is it'll size the label to the size of the text. And secretly, I think that when you do that, Xcode knows that the label should size to the text. So if the text changes, the label will expand to fit the text, okay? So we just want to make sure that the label's going to act that way. So anyway, so we got that. So now we need the colored background, okay? And you might be able, if you're trickier than I am, you might be able to use the cell content view or the background view of the cell. I wasn't able to do that or get that working. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. But so what I did is I used another view, right? So I'm going to go down the list here of objects in the palette here. And near the bottom, there's a UI view. It's just a white box, right? So I'm going to grab this white box, and then I'm going to drag it in here. And you know what? I'm going to snap it to the center again, right? Okay, so we snap it to the center. And the white box, you can see it's covering everybody, right? So what we'll do is we'll look at the outline view here. Excuse me. So I'll look at the outline view, and you can see the label is on the bottom here. So this is all the way in the front, right? And that's our view. And then there's the image view, and then there's the label. And what I want to do is I'm going to drag the view over here so it's below the label, okay? It's actually above the label in the list, but it's going to be below the label in the view here. And if it helps, you can go to the property inspector and change the color. Like give it a color here. I'll make it this outrageous pink color, and then that way we'll be able to see it. And I'm going to drag it down a little bit like this and kind of snap it. And the size of this really doesn't matter, okay? Okay, so now we're all set. So how is this going to work? Let's actually do one more thing before we're done here. And then we'll get to the business that's going to make this size itself, okay, and position everything. So what we need is an outlet for each of these three elements. So we've got three elements here: view, label, and image view, okay? And I want to create an outlet in our custom round TableView cell class. So I'll option click on the round TableView cell class file, Okay, option, click on it here, and then it opens in the assistant editor over here, round TableView cell, right? And what I want to do is drag an outlet for each of these three elements. So I'll control drag. It might be easier than dragging from here, so I'm gonna drag just from the outline view. So if I control drag here into round TableView cell, then I can say what's this? This is round. Let's call that round view. Okay. So there's an outlet, and then I'm going to drag this over here, and let's call this one round label. It's not really round, but I'm going to prefix all these with round. So if I type RO, then I'll get the list. You know, it'll code hint me all three of these together, right? And then this one right here, I'll control drag and type in round image view. Okay. So there we go. So there's our three IB outlets, and we can see the little dot here shows that they're connected, right? So that's working for us. Let's close the assistant editor now. Okay. And now let's talk about resizing this thing, right? So in order to get this to resize, what we're going to do is we're going to use some constraints, okay? And everybody's going to hinge on the label, because the label is going to change size depending on the text, okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to start with the label here, and I'm going to go to the little buttons down here at the bottom to set the constraints. And what I want to do is click the Align menu, and I want to align this to the center, horizontal in container and vertical in container. So I'll add two constraints. And if you did the command equal thing on the label, then this should just be enough to position it, because it will have an intrinsic height, okay, or a width, height and width, right? So the computer knows how big the label should be, okay? So we got that. Next, I'm going to find the image view here, right? And what I want to do with the image view is I want to position it to the vertical align with the label, right? So it's the same vertical position, and then I want to make it, you know, this distance to the left of the label, right? So it'll be trailing or leading space, right? And then we'll have to give it a width and a height. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. It's probably easiest on this one if we drag from the list here, right, in the outline view to the label. So this is the image view, and we can see the names here. Round image view, round label, round view, right? So I'll drag from the image view to the label, and then I'll choose center vertically. Okay, so it'll be align center with the label, and then I'll do it again. I'll drag up here to this guy, and then I'm going to choose what is it? Leading space, okay? Or horizontal spacing, okay? And then I'll choose, what am I going to do here? Oh yeah, now I want to just set the width and height. So I think I'm good. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to the pin menu, and I'll pin the width and the height, okay? And so that should be enough to position this guy. If we have some red or some orange things there, you can choose update frames here, and then you're probably good. That should get rid of any orange lines. But if we see any red ones there, maybe we missed one of the constraints, or it's not right and we need to redo it, right? Okay, but I think that's good. Okay, so we got the label, we got this thing, and this thing should always be to the left side of the label, okay? So the next thing is this background, the round view, okay? So what I want to do here is I want to make sure that this is the same width as the label plus the space here and the width of the image, and then a little bit more to give me a little bit of space on the side, and then maybe a little bit more on this side, okay? So let's take a look at the image view just for a moment. So looking at the constraints here, what you're going to see is you're going to see that it's got trailing space to round label is 8 pixels, right? Or that's what mine says. Yours might have a different number, right? But mine says 8. And you can click on edit here and change it, right? So that means that if this is 32 pixels, across, we'll even look at it here, right? Let me click on it again, right? So it's 32 wide plus the 8, that's 40, right? So that means that the view here to encompass both the image and the label needs to be the width of the label plus 40. And then if I want to add some padding on the left and right, I have to add that padding too, okay? Okay, so and then the height here needs to be the height of the image. It will be 32 plus the padding at the top and the bottom, okay? So let's give it a try. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the round view here, right? And what I want to do is control drag to the label and choose center vertically. And then I'm going to do it again and choose center horizontally. So now we should be aligned with the label. And then what I want to do is I want to set the width and the height. So I'm going to drag to the label and set equal widths, and then drag to the label again and do equal height. Okay? And now this, it shows me some orange stuff there. So if I go to the Resolve Auto Layout Issue button, the little triangle down here, let me actually, I gotta click on the thing here like that and then choose it, right? Yeah. So I click on that and then it says update frame. So I'll update it and now you'll see that the pink view is the exact size of the label, but that's too small, right? And then I still have some issue there, but I think that's okay. So it's not quite right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this guy, make sure he's selected, and then go to the metrics thing here, and we see, or the metrics palette, and then we'll see all of the 4 constraints that we added. So what I want to do is I want to add where it says, align X in container, align Y in container, where it says width. What I want to do is I want to make the width a little bit wider, right? So I'm going to click on the edit button, and what I want to do is add 40 pixels plus maybe another 10, and then another 10 on this side. So that's going to be 40 plus 10 is 60. So I'll type in 60, right? Okay, and then it shows me the orange there, so I'll go to the it's kind of hard to select this guy here, but I'll click on him, and actually I'll just choose update frames here, and now you'll see that the pink view is 60 wide, right? So that's pretty good. Now let's do the height. So we'll do the same thing with the height. So I'm going to go in here and choose round view. Again, make sure the right one is selected there. And then I'll go into height. And then what I want to do is add, this is 32 tall, so I want to add 20 more. So let's make this like 52 tall, okay? So now there we go. So now I got 10 pixels here and an extra 10, on the top and bottom, right? So now you can see like I've got the size of this thing, but actually it needs to kind of be offset this way, right? In order to encompass this thing, right? Like if I moved it over far enough, then I'd have 10 pixels on this side and I could have 10 on the left side too. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the round view, and where it says align X to round label, the first one here, we're going to go to edit, okay? And what I want to do is I want to move it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 30 here. Oh, wait, goes the wrong way. We're going to type in -30, okay? Oh, wait, so that's a little too far, right? Now my 20 extra pixels are all on the left side. So let's make this, how about -20? There we go, right? So that's looking pretty good now, right? And now the whole thing is a little bit off center because of the width of the label here, right? So the label plus the margin here is 40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the label, right? and offset the label a little bit from the the vertical center, right, or the horizontal center, right? So so I'll click on the label here, and it's got align center X, right, to super view, and I'm going to click on that, and then I'll push this over 20 pixels, okay? And so that should get the whole thing just about centered in the container. Maybe I got to go 25 because of the margin there. I think that looks pretty close. It looks a little bit off. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you could play with the numbers. For some reason, I think it should be 20, but it looked like it was a little too far. Anyway, I'll just leave it like this, and we can always go back in here and adjust it, right? So anyway, so that's pretty good, right? We might have to adjust the height of our table view cell because it might clip this thing if it's a little too big. The cell I have here is 63 tall, and our round view is it's got a height of 73, right? So maybe it's too big, right? So we might have to adjust it. But anyway, there we go, right? So we'll save that, and we can always fix that later, right? So this is working pretty good. I'm gonna go get some icons that I have here, and I'm gonna go let me grab this gear. It's kind of round, right? So I'll grab these two icons and drag them into my project there. I just need an image to sit inside this image view so we have something to see, right? So I'll do that. I'll click on the image view. I'll go to the property inspector. I'll set the image to the gear picture, right? So now we got the gear picture there, right? Okay, so that looks pretty good, and I think we're set up pretty good. So now we just got to get some stuff to display in the table view cell, okay? So maybe I'll do that in the next video, just to keep the videos short, okay? So anyway, thanks for watching, and then you can see the rest of this in the next video.